Wakey.
Welcome back to I'll Make a Stay Out of You, the podcast where we take breaks sometimes because it's the holidays, I guess, question mark? How are you? Is it? How are you doing, Tom?
Is it because of the holidays, or is it just because I don't know what's going on. We need to get back into the rhythm, you know?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, we've been playing Final Fantasy 14 more because Endwalker is coming in like 9 days, and I'm finally in Shadowbringers, which is really good, and I'm very confused at how you understood anything in the story already, so that's good.
From when I played it without having played the previous ones?
Yeah.
I just kind of, it's all contextual, like I'm going into it and I'm like, I don't really understand, but like, these characters that I'm supposed to know, I'm just like, okay, I get that what they're saying is that I know them, so I will immediately establish an emotional connection,
I see. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, to give you some idea of where we are, we just met back up with Urianger.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's where we are. All right. Well, this isn't a Final Fantasy 14 podcast. This is a Stray Kids podcast, and
we could make a Final Fantasy 14 podcast, though.
Oh, God. Does everything have to be a podcast, though?
Yeah, it's 2021.
I know. I don't want to. Oh, Jesus.
I think Anna and I were talking about. We were talking about doing something, and I was like, "We should make that a podcast." She's like, "I knew you were gonna say we should make it a podcast." Oh, what? For the life of me, I can't fucking remember what it was, though. I'll have to talk to her about that.
Yeah, I everything does not need to be a podcast. Before we get it, what we did for this episode, as teased and on the previous episode, is that we finally listened to Miroh, the first album in their second year as a debuted group, and we listened to it, like I said in the last episode, immediately after that episode, but then we didn't record again for like a long time till now. I feel like I have some catching up to do because that was like at the beginning of the month. And one of the things that we talked about was Mountain Dew Baja Blast, because I had never tried it.
Yeah.
I feel like this is an important thing to get right up the top, is that like the following day after we recorded, I was like, you know what? I want some Taco Bell and I'm going to order Baja Blast. I'm going to try it. And you know what? Objectively worse in every way. I did not like it.
Wow, what?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sorry. I don't mean to disappoint the fans, but yeah, no, I think I prefer original flavor. It was like Mountain Dew, but like worse. Like they added a different syrup. I mean, I know that's literally what it is. I know that's literally what it is. But I'm just saying that like it was all right. I mean, I could drink it. It was drinkable, but I prefer the flavor of a regular Mountain Dew. So,
I think maybe
in the future,
make sure that you got a good one, though. Like,
I don't know what that means. What's a good one?
You know what that means? Because sometimes the syrup is running out, and you gotta, be like, hey, the syrup's low. You need to change this out.
There was plenty of syrup. It was not soda water. I would make that clear if that was my issue. It was more like the syrup. It tasted like it was like Mountain Dew with cough medicine mixed in. So it was just
okay.
Yeah, I was not a fan. I don't know. That's all I got to say about that. I mean, I'm gonna stick with regular. I don't know.
It's just what I got to do. More Baja Blast for everyone else, I suppose.
Yeah, more Baja for you. More Baja for anyone else who enjoys the Baja. Enjoy it. That's fine. No shade thrown. I just didn't like it.
So the Baja Blast did not set it off.
It did not set it off. Much like bacon in a chicken chipotle cheesesteak, it did not set it off. Yes.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's right.
It's on record now.
It's on record. No taking it back, and I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it. I'm happy with that, and it's good. Yeah. So we watched all the music videos for Miroh, and then today we watched the album intro, we watched the comeback stage, and then we watched Stray Kids win their first comeback award. What?
Yeah.
Oh shit. It was good.
Yeah.
It was funny. We watched the encore too because Tom had never seen one, and it had been a while since I had watched that one, and it is hysterical. I thought it was great. Like,
it's
really
very strange.
It's so strange. It's really strange because it's basically like doing karaoke to their own song while trying not to cry. I mean, like that's what the encore is. So it's a little strange. They're not mic'd up with the correct mics. They're not, in position to do their choreo. Dance. Like none of that is in place. They're just like, I guess we're just gonna belt it out as best as we can. And then like Sungmin's over here just like doing the chorus part, whoa, whoa, and he's the only one doing it. It sounds super awkward because it's like a talking voice, not like singing. And so he's just like whoa, just by himself. I don't know. It was a little strange, but anyway, Miroh itself is a good album. I was gonna prep you with this. Have any of these songs that we listen to creeped into your playlist? Have any of them weaseled their way in?
Yeah, actually. So I don't know when I started this, but at some point I started a little like my favorites kind of playlist,
sure,
from all the albums as we go in. So I have four from this album.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Miroh, Victory Song, Boxer, and Chronosaurus are on that playlist. So those are my top picks.
They're all great songs. Yeah. Which of those four, which one do you think is the most jam to you?
Miroh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they literally won the comeback with that song.
Right.
That's the first single off of it, and that's what they won the comeback with. So, not surprising. It is fun that they won their first award when their B-side was Victory Song. It's like prophetic in a way. Like, listen to Shichong Gao. That's not how it's pronounced. I don't know. I just like.
Well, you're not like, Korean. What can we expect?
I'm not Korean. I don't even know the Hangul. I'm just saying. That's just the close. I want to say, listen to our Victory Song, but that's not how it goes. So what are you going to do? I don't know. But it's a good song. I like it. It's a jam. But yeah, Miroh rocks. It's definitely one that I can go back to anytime and just, it's one that Logan asks for, like, and Boxer too. I mean, he loves Boxer so much. Oh yeah. Logan loves it. It's really good. So.
All right.
Yeah, so all of those are good songs. They're all jams. You're right. I mean, I like Chronosaurus too, and I like Maze of Memories, but it's such like a melodic rap where like I just really need to be in like a chill mood for that. Like I need to want to like sit back. Like if I'm like working and trying to concentrate, like that's a good song for it because it's really long and it really just kind of like ebbs and flows at a constant state. Like it's not like a hype song. So I don't know. It's good. Yeah. So it's good. We do have our copies of Miroh with us to open, so we can check those out, find out what photo cards we got and everything.
Let's do it. Literally right now. Let's go. I need to know that I didn't get Changbin again, and you did.
Yeah, let's come on, Changbin. Come on down. Come on down. Oh.
I'm going straight to the cards.
Oh my god, I haven't even got mine open yet. I don't want to damage it. Oh, I got it. It's peeling. Oh yeah. There we go. A little ASMR for the microphone. Straight to the cards. Oh man, there's so many cards. Ooh, those boys are giving me a look. All right, I got 3 cards.
Mm-hmm. And
well, okay. Well, I want to hear. Okay, what's your first? I think there is a card with no border, a card with a purple border, and a card with a black border. Are your cards the same?
I'm sending them to you.
Okay.
So as you can see, I got not Changbin, not Changbin, and not Changbin.
Okay, all right. Well, like that's okay. You got Bangchan, you got Sungmin, and you got IN. So that's good. Yeah, that's not bad.
Let me guess. Let me guess.
Okay, yeah. Let's hear your guess.
You got Changbin, and probably some others. You don't have to lie to me.
What others? Guess. You can guess.
Okay. Hyunjin.
Mm-hmm.
And Felix.
The third one? You were very close, but you were off.
Oh.
You were definitely off, because what I got was... wait, hold on, let me adjust this here. So I gotta rotate this photo. Why didn't my thing rotate?
Is it still? Oh, let's see. Oh,
what are you noticing?
I have like a little poster fold-out thing.
Oh,
it's not really,
yeah.
It's not really a poster. It's just fold out.
I think it would be considered a poster if it's what you're talking about.
I mean, I guess if I like cut it out.
Okay, here we go. I got Changbin, and Hyunjin.
Of course you did.
I got 2 Changbins. How is that possible?
It knows.
Look at that. It's like, and then Hyunjin, of course. Like, I mean, I was telling you that I was inadvertently collecting Hyunjin cards because I just got one Hyunjin in every album, and here we are again. I have another Hyunjin. And 2 different styles of Changbin. So, like, yeah, it's not a bit. It's not a bit. This is what's happening. It's so good.
So funny.
I want to check out this poster thing you're talking about. This is so good.
It's like the first one of the first pages, like the third or second.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I think you're right. This is not something that I would take out of here. It just looks cool. Who is on your poster? Because maybe they're different.
Hyunjin.
Nope, they're the same.
Okay.
Maybe there's more. I don't know.
I haven't found it yet.
Maybe they just wanted to give Hyunjin some special attention. I don't know. His style has changed quite a bit, I feel like, in this era.
Who?
Hyunjin.
Hyunjin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Where's the picture in the middle with all the boys? There it is. All right, I'll slap my cards back in here. It's pretty good. I enjoy this. It's one of my favorite mini albums, and yeah, it's gonna be good.
Is this a mini album? Is that what
this is called? A mini album. It's like an EP, right? And so were the first 3. I Am Not, I Am Who, I Am You. All of those were mini albums. Those are not full albums.
Mm-hmm.
The album they just released this year was their second full album.
Oh,
so
okay.
That
I see.
Gives you any clue as to what they do. I don't know if that's the typical experience, but that was our experience. So there you go. Yeah, it was good. So as far as the introduction for the album goes, they talked a lot about how the last series of albums was all about finding yourself and seeing yourself in those that you surround yourself with I Am You. And I thought that was good. It was nice, but they definitely said that like they didn't feel like they had found themselves, and so they're now on this theme of like going into a city that's like a jungle and a maze and trying to find their way to the top.
Right.
And so that's kind of like the point of Miroh, and like Chronosaurus is all about running away from things and time catching up to you, and yeah, it's good. And Boxer's all about boxing.
Yeah, because
I mean,
they all secretly wish that they were fighters.
In a video game specifically.
Right. Yeah.
Like Ryu or Ken. Probably Ken. Ken's better. Come on, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's from Japan. That's how you know he's better.
Mm-hmm.
Ryu's from America.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. That's how it in the original in Street Fighter 1, there are two characters, Ryu and Ken.
Yeah.
And if you pick, and you don't pick them by name, you pick either the Japanese flag or the American flag. And I was like at an arcade once as a teenager, and they had that game there, and I was like, whoa, Street Fighter 1, this is going to be awesome. And I was like, I'm going to be Ryu. And so I picked Japan, and it was like, you're Ken. And I was like, what? Oh, I'm sorry. The long-haired blonde guy is the Japanese one?
Okay.
What? Yeah, so, if that tells you anything. But yeah, interesting factoid for you, gamers.
All right.
Was that poggers enough for you?
That was... I don't think that is how you use that in a sentence.
Look, I just did. So that is how you use poggers.
That was not the original context, but your usage of poggers was la petite piagueuse.
Okay.
That's French for poggers.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Some people say I'm the Pog champ because I played with Pogs in high school.
Yeah.
Well, mostly in middle school, I guess. I didn't play them in high school.
Different kind of Pog, but yeah, I got you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the 90s. It's what you got to do. You got to take your Pog, you got to take your Slammer, you got to slam them and flip the Pogs over, and you take the ones that flip. So
yeah,
I mostly played by myself.
Well, so you never lost.
Technically true. Yeah, unless it was playing against my brother, in which case I got destroyed. But what are you gonna do?
Wow.
And that's how I lost all my Pogs. Anyway, moving on.
Wow.
Yeah. Sad story. I didn't really lose my Pogs. I lost my Pogs because probably my mom threw them out after I moved out.
Right. Yeah. I used to have a lot of Pokemon cards.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where they went. I don't know where they are.
But you wish you still had them.
Oh
now.
my God.
Jesus.
Yeah. I had a pretty good, it was a pretty decent collection. A lot of what were that shit? Holographics.
Oh yeah.
Like first edition, and even some like first edition Japanese cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty good collection. Don't know where it is. Probably worth a lot of money.
Well, maybe you'll find it someday. I don't know. I've been out of the circle of Pokemon for a little bit. I bought Pokemon Let's Go Eevee for Logan, and I think he was just a little too young for it. We played it a little bit, but he was just too young. But now, like, we got, he's gotten into watching Digimon, the original Digimon.
Right.
And I bought the Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory Complete package on the Switch, and we just beat Cyber Sleuth and started Hacker's Memory.
Mm.
And, I mean, we played the just metric fuck out of it. I mean, we played it for the thing is that there's like an in-game farm where you can like put your Digimon and they'll just level up when you're not playing, which is helpful for me, especially because I'm just like, I'm not going to play it without Logan, so I just need things to be overpowered so I can just get through it.
Right.
And of course, like every day when we would like, just before dinner, we'd have like 20 minutes and we would just go to the farm and see what we could Digivolve, and we'd just be able to see like, oh yeah, let's Digivolve all kinds of shit. It'd be great. It is good, but we had the clock on the game keeps running even while you have it in sleep mode, which is why it works. But it got to a point where my save was maxed out. It wouldn't count the time up anymore. It was like 1,002 hours, and it would not count up any more than that. Yeah. So, I don't know. I didn't think it had been 1,000 hours, but maybe it had. And we had to start all over by starting Hacker's Memory. So there you go.
All right.
It's a slightly different game, different story, but you still get to collect a bunch of Digimans. And Logan likes it. So I appreciate it.
Maybe I'll check that out. But I've been really like getting into Pokemon lately. I don't know why. It just kind of like struck my interest, and then I was like, you know what? I don't think I ever beat Pokemon Shield, so I like fired it up and beat it.
It's pretty good. I mean, I liked it. People were pretty critical of it at the time when it came out, and there are definitely things that I could be critical of, like, in anticipation of a new Pokemon game coming out, I transferred all my Pokemon off of all of my old Pokemon cartridges so that I could import them into the new game, and then I would just live there until the next game came out. Except you couldn't do that because all the Pokemon are not in Sword and Shield.
Right.
So they're just somewhere in Nintendo's cloud, I hope, or gone. I don't know.
I think they're probably gone, if I had to guess. Yeah,
why
because, all right. I'm assuming you're talking about, because I ran into this same... Well, I guess that's what happened. I don't know. In fact, I was actually going to I did message you about the whole Furfrou thing, but I was gonna ask you if you had all my Pokemon, because I fired up the my 3DS where I have I don't know, I have X and Sun and Alpha Sapphire and one other one, I think. Anyway, I've got a few, and even I bought the Pokemon Yellow,
Yeah.
And every single one of them either had been restarted, a new save, or when I opened the save, I was at the computer with no Pokemon, but one Pokemon in my party that's level 3 or something.
Yeah.
But full badges, everything like that, Pokedex pretty well filled out, but none of the Pokemon were there anymore. And I was like, what the fuck? What happened? Where did all these Pokemon go? And because my original intention was, like you said, to move them over, because they have Pokemon Home now, which is the new, cloud where you can put all your Pokemon. And and so I was like, okay, I need to get all of these. In order to do that, to get them from the 3DS, you got to put them in Pokemon Bank.
Right.
And then transfer them from Bank to Home. And so I updated the Bank on the 3DS, and I had nothing in there. And in fact, I had to pay $5 to get the premium Bank subscription or whatever, so that I could pull all my Pokemon. But I did all this before I checked all of my cartridges, because I didn't know that they were gonna be empty.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah. Well, except one had one of the games had a few. Which one was it? I think it might have been X. It had a bunch of these super rare legendaries and shit. So I was like, all right, cool. I still have these, so I'll transfer these to the Bank and get them in my home. And so I have them now. But yeah, I'm just what happened to all those Pokemon? I wonder. Even Yellow, even Pokemon Yellow had nothing on it. And I was like, that's so strange.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely remember when Pokemon Home came out, I transferred I believe I transferred everything into Pokemon Bank, and then I moved everything from Bank to Home. But I don't even remember, because it's just been so long since I did that. I don't remember my account name. I don't know anything about it. And so they may not have even held on to my information. I have no idea. So
yeah,
maybe I'll check that out and just see. I mean, it might be worth just looking into, just does this exist? I don't know. I'll just grab my 3DS. But my 3DS has literally been attached to a charger because I started playing this RPG that's I think it's Radiata Stories Perfect Chronology. Is that right?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's like a really good time travel-y RPG. Chronology. It's Radiant Historia. The Radiata Stories is different. Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology. It's a 3DS game. It's like an RPG, and you jump around in time, and like decisions you make in one timeline will affect another timeline. It's fun. It's fun.
Okay.
But because I have 2 children and not much time, I don't get as much time as I would like to just like sit down and play that or any other game. So instead, I've been watching MTV's The Challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, like Real World Road Rules Challenge. That's the show. Do you remember that show?
Nope.
Okay, well, The Real World?
Nope. I mean,
You've never heard of The Real World.
If I go outside, there is a world that
oh my God.
exists.
What about the show Road Rules from MTV? Did you not have cable as a kid? Is that what I'm hearing?
Is that what happened? Really watch MTV.
What happened was... Okay, well, so there are these 2 shows that existed at one point. One was called The Real World. I think they still exist, actually. Maybe even both of them. Regardless, when I was paying attention, there was The Real World and Road Rules. And The Real World was just like a reality show where they took a bunch of people, normally like 20-year-olds or 18-year-olds, and they just shoved them in a house and recorded everything they did. Which was usually like getting drunk. It was like trashy. It's trashy. But like sometimes like real human moments or fights or whatever would happen. And people would be like, oh my God, how can this be on TV? Whatever. Doesn't matter. And then Road Rules was basically the same thing, except they piled everyone into a giant RV and they had to do challenges.
Okay.
And the challenge is basically like a Survivor type show. It's a game show, but all the contestants are people from either The Real World or Road Rules. So I've been describing it to people as like it's like Survivor but trashy. It's like it's like trashy Survivor. Like it's usually only the first episode that's particularly bad. The rest of it is just like, oh, cool. They're doing a challenge with the hangover water and do something interesting, right? Okay, fine. And if this team wins, they got to send people in and people get voted out. There's all this, but episode 1 is always like, hey, they just get to this like house that MTV rented that has like 30 rooms and a fully stocked bar. And everybody just gets trashed, and there's like fist fights and just people walking around, jumping in pools naked. Like the first episode is always the craziest, like insane episode. So yeah, and it really like put me off the first time. Like I was just like watching it, and I was like, I started with the first season that's available on Paramount Plus, and I was just like, I turned it on, I started watching this, and I was just like, man, this is trashy. I'm not gonna watch this. And then I just like was working or something, and I just let it roll. And then it got to the second episode, and then from that point forward in that whole season, it was just challenges, strategy, the end, and you find out who wins. And I was like, okay, like I can get down with this. Like, it's like trash TV, but like this is the kind of trash TV that I like. So as long as I get through episode 1. But the problem with this show is.
Oh, yes. Tell me the problem as if you haven't already stated it.
Listen, when I'm saying the problem with this show, I'm not saying it's actually the problem with this show. The problem with this show is that I started on season 11, and I started maybe like a month or 2 ago. Not even 2 months ago. Month and a half.
The fact that this shit has, at minimum, 11 seasons.
It's got almost 40 seasons.
Holy shit!
And it technically has more than that because they actually separate out these other seasons that are all-star seasons. And so I think it has more than that. But here's the thing, right? All right, in Survivor, cast members on Survivor, the most anyone has ever been on a season is somebody's been on 4 seasons. But with the challenge, they're pulling from the same pool of people over and over again because they're like the reality stars from MTV. So the most that somebody's been on seasons of the challenge is like 20 seasons.
Oh my God.
So I have like, because of that, like you get to know the characters and you become not invested in them because most of them are just garbage people. But like you see someone like go and lose, and then they come back the next season and they get a little bit closer to the final, and then they lose, and then they come back the next season, and then you're like, come on, they can make it this time. Like you get invested in them getting through the game, even if they're garbage people. And most of the time they are like just terrible people, but just awful. But the thing about it is, and this is the problem, this is what I was trying to say was the problem, is that I started on season 11, and because of this, like, oh, someone I know is in the next season, so I guess I should watch and see how they're doing. I am now on season 19. So I've watched 8 seasons in like 3 weeks, something like that.
Oh my God.
And it was easier earlier because like the original episodes were like 20 some odd minutes a piece because it was only a 30-minute long show and they had commercials, right? So no, I don't have commercials on my Paramount Plus, so fast. They go by super fast. But like now they're still like the episodes are like 40 minutes long.
Jesus Christ.
Things that I like, right? One of the things that's weird about the show is that like the format of how the game is played, like the rules are different from season to season. Like one of the early seasons I watched was called Fresh Meat. And what they did is they brought in people who were not on the Real World or Road Rules. They're just people. And they let the people who are like alumni of the challenge pick them from like a stat sheet. They made them like run an obstacle course and do a puzzle, and then they like wrote down how long it took them to do a puzzle, and then they basically had to draw lots and be like, okay, that's my partner, and they had to pick a partner, and from that point forward, for the entire show, for that entire season, they were partnered with that one person. But then the other seasons, they basically separate into 2 groups. And it's like this group and this group, and they come up with some arbitrary reason for them to be in different groups. Like, these people have been on more than 2 seasons. These people have been on less than 2 seasons. Like, that's literally one of the rules that they've made. That's that literal season. And then they have to like battle each other. You know, they have like general challenges. And my other favorite thing, and I know that I've been spending like 20 minutes talking about this and not Stray Kids, but since these seasons are old, I mean, like they're like season 11, I think was like 2004, right? They're old. So I'm just like watching the evolution of technology because every challenge, if you win it, like the daily challenges, you will get some kind of reward in addition to like money or just going further in the game. Like you get like one of the early ones was like a black and white shitty large Garmin GPS. Like it was like, oh my God, what the fuck is this? And things like for the first like 6-7 seasons I watched, they get a message about like their next day's event on a T-Mobile Sidekick. Do you remember the T-Mobile Sidekick?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, it's insane. And like I started to notice like when products that were being pushed were like stuff that I saw when I worked at Best Buy, and I'm like, oh no, it's catching up to me. No. Yeah, but it's pretty funny, and I don't know, I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I mean, I'm deep into Stray Kids stuff right now because there's been some new Stray Kids content that's been coming out. We've been watching it all, and they have a new album that's coming out tomorrow. Oh man, it comes out tomorrow. It comes out in a few hours, actually. And I'm not going to tell you too much about it, but I am going to tell you that it is a Christmas album.
Oh wow!
And I've never been excited for a Christmas album before, but I fucking am now.
Stray Kids has a Christmas album.
They will in one day.
You know what that means, right?
we're gonna have to get caught up to that point before next Christmas.
Before this Christmas.
Oh no fucking way! It's not gonna happen. There's no way.
Yeah, it's possible if we record every night for the next like 2 weeks.
8 year. Is that true?
How many episodes do we have to do
until we're caught up?
Yeah.
30. I'm guessing. But I'm just like thinking about the number of episodes of things, and I'm like, because we'd have to watch Kingdom. We'd have to watch. We're about to watch. Next episode is when we're going to start watching Finding Stray Kids. That's 6 episodes, and they're an hour apiece. So each, we're not going to be able to like bundle those. That's too much. And then we're going to have a new album, Yellow Clay 2. I'm not going to tell you the name of it yet. I almost blurted it out. And there's a season of the 9th. There are things like, we could not watch the next season of the 9th, and that will cut back and just do the next album and then do the third album. But when we do the third album, that's when a member leaves. So we're going to have a very special episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, oh man, after that, there's a few other albums that we're going to have to go through, and as well as another variety show. And then we're going to have Kingdom. And then there's several other Stray Kids shows that we'll watch between then and their comeback. And then we'll be at their comeback, which is where we are now, or where we were in September. And then we have a couple more reality shows, and then we'd get to the Christmas album. So that kind of lays out the entirety of like where we have to go, but it's like a rough overview. So yeah, there's a lot in there that we're going to have to fit in. I don't know. I don't think we can get to it by the end of December.
Sure. Well, okay. All right. So here's the deal. I've got duty tomorrow, right?
Uh-huh.
When I get home on Tuesday, we'll just immediately, like, I get home, you stop what you're doing. I don't care what it is. we start watching, we start recording.
What time do you think you'll get home?
Probably about 1600.
What time is that in human speak?
That is 4 p.m.
Okay.
My Eastern time.
Eastern, so it'd be like 5 here. Oh man, Jeanette would be so mad because she's cooking dinner.
Wait, it wouldn't be 5. I'm behind you. I mean, I'm ahead of you.
You're ahead. So it'd be 3.
Yeah.
So I'd be working.
Yeah. But you could just stop.
Be 3. Tuesday, I don't have meetings at that time.
I'm actually kidding. So, I have a lot of stuff to do when I get home on Tuesday.
I'm like, I don't know. Could I make that work?
But
I
afterwards.
Don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We could figure it out. We could figure something out. Because even if we like if we're gonna watch like Finding Stray Kids, right, the first episode, we could fire that up and watch it. I could even watch that while the kids are awake, and then we could just come back and record once the kids are asleep.
Yeah. See?
So that would be a way to move us along much faster into the evening, to the point where I think like you probably won't be exhausted like you normally are when it's like late and we've watched an hour of content or whatever. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I think we can work it out, but I don't know. That seems like a lot to get through. It's a little bit of a pipe dream. However, I set my sights a little lower. Here's my goal. I want to release at least 3 episodes this month, because I think if we do
this month, as in December. Okay.
December.
Because it is, yeah.
Yeah, not November. If we release 3 episodes this month, at minimum, right? We can go more, but at minimum, I think we will hit 1,000 listens to our podcast in our first year. So first calendar year, actually, like not even our first year, not even to the anniversary. So I don't know. It's like a goal to aim for. I think we could do it.
I think so.
We're men.
We are men.
We are men.
We are strong.
We're strays.
Stays.
Men. Stay men.
Stays. Yeah. And we play Pokemon and Digimon.
And Pokemon and Digimon and Final Fantasy 14. I have to protect Tataru because she's my whole world, and I won't let anything happen to her. You know, that's just how it is. Like, that's how it is for everyone, I think.
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah.
You know, she made me this cool armor, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let her anything happen to her. That's all I'm saying.
What you're talking about?
Tataru from Final Fantasy. Also, Endwalker comes out in like 9 days, so like who knows what's gonna happen. But we will make an effort to try and record episodes more often than we did for the last 2 weeks. That seems like the right thing to do.
That's just that's a fair thing to just like set. Like the bar. The bar is we should at least do. The bar
is low, just like our price is.
What?
I don't remember what that was from.
Okay.
It's a quote. I don't remember what it was from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to start quoting more often.
What's that?
Whiplash. Did you ever watch Whiplash?
What is Whiplash?
What?
Explain.
You've never seen it?
I don't think so.
It's a movie. It came out in 2014, starring Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons. Miles Teller plays like this kid who wants to be a drummer, and he goes to the school where J.K. Simmons is a director.
Nope, never heard of it.
Dude, you gotta watch it. It's fucking good.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, it is. It is incredible. And J.K. Simmons, you know who J.K. Simmons is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you know, he's J. Jonah Spider-Man.
Yeah,
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, yeah.
Spider-Man.
Imagine J. Jonah Jameson, but like angry and pushing people beyond where they need to be pushed in a musical capacity.
Okay, deal. That sounds interesting. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Whiplash.
Whiplash. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's been all Wheel of Time, all the time, as much as I can fit it in, because there's only so many episodes a week. One. Who knew? I mean, all the people I grew up with knew, but I did not know. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I just saw those giant books and I was like, nope, not doing that. And now I'm like, oh, I should have done that. And I don't want to wait to find out what the story is.
Yeah.
Damn it. Nah, just 14 books. That's a lot of books. And they're long. They're like over 50 chapters from the first book. I'm like, oh, Jesus, it's hurting my soul. Why would you do this, Robert Jordan? Calling you out, dead man.
Robert Jordan.
Isn't that his name?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
The author of The Wheel of Time.
Oh, I don't know his fucking name.
His name is Robert Jordan. So there you go.
Oh, all right. Well, you got it.
I knew it. I just second guessed myself because that's my primary mode of function.
Yeah.
So anyway, do we want to say anything about Stray Kids? We haven't talked about it for like 30 minutes. What are we doing?
No, we did. We talked about what else we need to cover to like get caught up.
That's
and
true.
everything.
I guess that's true. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I know.
So, I'm really excited about the next episode. I had really wanted to plan ahead and buy some props for us for this next episode, but I didn't. And I probably still could, but it's more expensive than I want to spend on it, especially because what I want I can't find in my size. So it seems kind of worthless, but whatever, it's fine. We'll just enjoy it. It's gonna be good. I can't wait for the next episode. Because it's it's hilarity ensues. I'm excited to see what happens there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. We also will have new art for this episode. So, cool. Thanks, Jeanette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like getting new art.
Yeah, it's good. We get a new art for every album. The entire time we've been recording, I keep hearing this sound, this chimey sound. And I'm like, God, what is that? And then I immediately realize what it is. And it's happened to me multiple times where I hear it and then I start to ignore it and then I hear it again. I'm like, what is that sound?
What is that sound?
My dad came over today and we put up a bunch of Christmas lights, and he has one of those systems where you can plug in the lights and they will blink to the music.
Oh.
So we did that. We set it all up. It's going, and it was running and playing music. And I'm by a window that's just close enough to get some of that music in my ear. And so I keep hearing it. I think it's probably when it changes songs or whatever. And I'm just like, what is that sound? I hear music. What is that? And then, yeah, it's pretty clear what it is.
Yeah.
I did this to me. The kids loved it. Anyway, Stray Kids is cool. Any bias update? I know this is late in the episode to be checking in on this, but are we still Changbin all the time, or do you feel betrayed by the lack of photo cards?
I gotta stay true. Okay, I can't turn my back on him now.
All right. Fair enough. I can't wait to tell Jeanette about this. It's pretty great. It's really funny. I was sitting there and looking at it for a long time. The second picture, especially because it's a different style of his hair. And I'm immediately thought, this is Changbin. And then my brain was like, are you sure? Because again, second guessing myself constantly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. It's him. He's the same person. It's the same person. But his hair is styled so differently between the two pictures. But yeah, I mean, he's doing the same little peace sign in both. So
yeah, it's
how you know.
Well, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad. I'll just add that to my Changbin stack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. By the time we're done with getting all the albums, getting caught up, I'm gonna have a stack to the ceiling of just Changbin cards.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. It's gonna be good. So anyway,
very poggers.
Goodbye, everybody.
Later,
poggers.
How you liking the rain, girl?
I don't know what that means.
It's from Twilight.
I've never heard that. I've never seen Twilight. I don't know anything about Twilight.
Bella, where the hell you been, Loca?
I don't know what you're saying. Words I don't understand. I'm just gonna cut all this out because I don't know what you're saying.
No, you can't.
All right, fine. I won't. I'm gonna leave all this in. Are you happy now?
No.
All right. Okay.
You gotta watch Twilight.
No, I'm not doing
that.
It's
a really good film.
I'm not doing that. There's no way I'm gonna ever watch Twilight. It's not for me.
Ironic. You gotta watch it ironically. You don't watch it because you think it's gonna be a cinematic masterpiece, but it's not about. Look, if anyone is actually interested in that in that story and all of that, then you can make fun of them. But you watch it to make fun of it because it's hilarious.
That's why I watched Fast and the Furious, though.
You're watching fucking some trash ass MTV show, and you're telling me you can't watch something ironically.
I'm just kidding. No, okay, yeah, but I genuinely enjoy it. That's the difference. It's trash. I know it's trash. I can call it trash. I see that it's trash, but I enjoy it. I'm on the edge of my seat being like, can't anyone take Kenny down? Fuck him. He's being such a dickhead. Anyway, sorry, Kenny. If you ever hear this, if Kenny from the challenge ever hears this, I'm sorry. But you are in your story right now.
You think Kenny is going to be interested in Stray Kids? content.
Well, he is Mr. Beautiful, quote unquote, as he has labeled himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So maybe not a narcissist.
They are beautiful. Yeah, not a narcissist. Wink. I can't look. I'm not a psychologist, and I don't even think they actually diagnose people as narcissists.
You don't think that's a diagnosis?
But if they did, Kenny. I don't know. Look, I get frustrated with him, right? Because like,
oh my god,
he's been on so many seasons. He's been on so many seasons, and like he arranges an alliance because they all know each other. He arranges an alliance before the show, and so there's already an alliance going in, and then he dicks over everybody and makes it to the end. And in this season, he doesn't have an alliance at the beginning, and he's like, oh, these shady fucks, and they're all backstabbing each other. Yeah, well, and I'm like, bitch, you're just mad because you didn't come in with this shit. What the fuck? You're just mad because your buddies aren't here to get you to the end. Fuck you. And yet, he's still winning all the challenges, so they can't get him out. It's killing me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, anyway, so that's my rant about Kenny. I don't know if it's gonna stay in the episode. I don't know. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, and we'll see y'all later on the next episode of Bye. I'm losing my voice.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.